and welcome back to our weekly video that takes a look at the major overarching stories that have affected the markets so far this week. And as usual, it seems we can't start but anywhere with sterling. Cable, GBP against the US dollar actually seems to be eyeing a steady recovery. Is this some good news for once about sterling? On Monday we saw the pound fall quite drastically after some political news, but it seemed to start a recovery wave from a new low of 1.0341 and climbed to 1.1 on the nose. But it sees the resistance zone around 1.0920 and a high of 1.1234. Now currently we're looking at around 1.1250, and a lot of talk at the moment is, will it break and hold above the next level of resistance, which is seen around 1.13 on the nose. It's going to be an interesting few days and something to keep your eyes on. On top of that, we also see the euro declining against sterling. It was a sharp decline below 8,900 with a bearish trend line forming around 88.30. We're currently seeing it trade around 87.50, which is also a major support line. So again, which way is it going to go? Something to keep your eyes on in the coming days. Now a closer look at the US dollar. And is the dollar bouncing back from its recent falls? On Tuesday, the dollar index fell by 1.3%, which is the biggest drop in over 2 years. This is on the background of a sharp increase in stock levels and stock market prices. Wednesday saw a slight recovery, not quite back to where it was, but which way now for the dollar? Now, September the 26th to the 28th, we saw some real high-profile peaks, the highest peaks in 20 years. But that signalled perhaps that the dollar was overbought. So was this pullback expected? That's not the only thing. What about the volume levels? These have quite an impact on price levels. Now, volume levels were extremely high, those tops that we saw. Is that large players adjusting their positions, perhaps even reversing their positions? Now, these sort of large volumes are normally seen at market reversals. The upward trend line that's been in place and supporting the dollar index since about 2021 could well be broken. What does that mean for the dollar? Is it going to continue to bounce back? Are we going to see it recover? Or actually, is this a sea change in the market? Are we going to see further downsides for the US dollar? This, coupled with movements in sterling and the movements in the euro, means it's certainly going to be an interesting week ahead in the currency markets. Okay, let's turn our focus towards commodities. And one of the world's favourites, obviously, oil. And is oil getting expensive again? Well, I think quite clearly it is. Since September the 27th, price have increased from $77 a barrel to $87 a barrel. Now, that rally was supported by the expectations of the OPEC Plus meeting that happened this week. So what happened at the meeting? What has caused this level of support? Well, it's been said that production is decreasing by 2 million barrels per day and has been for a little while now, and that is going to continue. Saudi minister actually said it's a response to the Western countries' tight monetary policy. This was followed up by a Nigerian minister saying that the desired price level is $90 per barrel. Well, that would seem to indicate that oil is going to get even more expensive. But what has been the reaction? Well, the Biden administration is going to begin consultations with Congress on reducing OPEC's price controls. Now, this obviously is going to come to a head at some point, and it's certainly going to cause some consternation amongst oil-producing countries. Could it get messy? Could this have a direct impact and cause some serious volatility in the oil market? We're going to have to wait and see. But clearly, one side wants to keep that price moving up. The other side, of course, wants to move those prices back down. Could be a choppy few weeks ahead. Okay, our final story, we're going to move our attentions towards the US stock markets, and we're going to look at Twitter and Tesla. There's no doubt about it, Elon Musk is an influencer on many, many levels. We only have to look at what happened with him in the crypto markets last year when he basically caused the loss of $1 trillion across 5 of the major crypto markets available. He also offered to buy Twitter. Now, that was quite a protracted set of circumstances around that, and actually it seemed to be pretty much dead in the water. Musk claiming that Twitter wasn't releasing numbers with regards to dead accounts, unused accounts. But is it now back on? It appears as though Elon has been selling Tesla stock to potentially buy Twitter stock. Tesla has not had the best ride lately. It's down. missed some deliveries in China with its last set of figures, and in fact was down a further 3.4% on the back of this renewed move, or renewed interest in a move, for Twitter. Flip side of that is Twitter actually increased. Now, Twitter's been in doldrums for some time, and one commentator compared the selling of Tesla stock to buy Twitter as getting rid of caviar, to buy junk food. There's no doubt about it, there's much volatility for both of these stocks ahead. With Elon Musk's gung-ho approach to the markets and his interesting approach to PR, which he certainly seems to enjoy, would suggest whatever happens with Tesla and Twitter, both stocks are going to be up and down for some time. That's it for this week. Good luck with your trading in the next week, and we'll be back with the biggest stories from next week.